What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. You saw the title. I'm the man to ask because I got the master plan for you. But before we start the video, let me get the housekeeping done. Don't forget, guys, we got a stage 2 raffle coming up in the November. So November 30th, or we might extend it a week just because. But as of right now, it's November 30th. There's been quite a few guys that bought tickets. There are a lot of tickets out there. If you haven't bought a ticket, please buy your ticket now. The things we're giving away with the raffle, you're getting a full exhaust system. So I'm talking header and slip-ons. I'm talking an air filter. I'm talking a cam. And not the least, you have to get a custom tune. So we're doing everything for you guys. Tickets are 25 bucks. If you win, I mean, this is a $4,000 job. So if you win, you just hit the jackpot and you better play the lottery afterwards. So guys, get yourself a couple tickets, get yourself a chance to win. The wife got a bike, your bike's already done. Get it done for the wife. She'll appreciate it. So, but let's get into this video. A little history on me with motorcycle clubs. I was a founding member of a motorcycle club down in my area. The club is still alive and well. It's got a good amount of members. They have a few chapters of this club. When I was there was only us. Let's back up a taste. I was recruited by a lot of different clubs. They all kind of like, you know, usually when two things. Either you're the new guy on the scene or you're one of the guys that a lot of people show respect for. Those are the two probably most recruited people. But at the same time, you can't let a club pick you, you pick a club, and I'll go into detail in a second. So I had a conversation with a young guy the other day. He's in a motorcycle club and he was asking me, he's like, look, I'm looking to get out of this club and go over to this other club. He already has another club in mind. And he wanted to know my opinion, and my opinion was this: go with your first mind, go with your gut. If you feel like that's where you want to go, then by all means go, because there's something you don't like about the current situation you're in, and why waste time? Let's go. Not to say be a club hopper. Give your club a chance. If you can't make the change in your club, because if they're not doing something already and you try to make a change, then that's kind of like the time to be out. But let me back up. This is for the guys who have, you know, no clue of what's going on out here in the motorcycle world. Let me put you in perspective. So you're being recruited. Usually it happens at a bike night or certain events where somebody who's probably usually in like their colors already, their vest, their patch, all that stuff, sees you, comes and has a nice casual conversation with you saying, hey, do you want to hang out with us? Do you want to come and prospect for us? I mean, hanging out comes first. You say, yes, I like the situation. I like what I'm looking at. I like the vibe of you guys already. Let me do a little hanging out. Let me go to the clubhouse if they have one. Let me go to their events if they're having something. See, by that standard, okay? And what you're looking for around that time is how they're perceived by other clubs, okay? If everybody's smiling, that's where you want to be. If, you know, they're showing love, everybody shaking hands, hugging, it's all love when they walk into the building. That's where you want to be. Guys, there are other clubs out there that straight face all day. They still get love, but they are more respected than loved. That's a whole nother conversation. So what you do is you're asking questions at this point. You're asking the guys, you know, what's the history of this club? Do we have any beefs out here that I need to know about before I start jumping in this thing? Because you just never know. The guys everybody could be smiling and having a good time, but you just never know if another club walks in there, there's some kind of tension between the two, you know. But sometimes that just happens because that's just people. That's not the big reason to say, no, I'm not joining this club. So what you must know, what kind of riding do you guys do? What are the things that interest you that the club is already doing? If there's no interest between the two, then you know that's not a club for you. If they're not a long distance riding club and you're a long distance rider, of course that's not the club for you. If they don't do a lot of events with the community, that's not the club for you if that's what you like to do. So you just pick that way. If you want a club that just likes to go out and have fun and, you know, it's not really much of being serious, and that's what you like, then they got them out there. Trust me, guys. There's so many different clubs. I mean, listen, there's clubs that only accept black motorcycles. There's clubs that only accept military guys. It's just there's just so many different clubs that only accept whatever. But then if you find yourself in that situation and that's what you're looking for, I'm sure that might be the club for you. So let's go on. My street's like the drag strip, I guess. But let's go on a little further in detail here. So now that you've hung out with the club and you see what the club's about and you see it's time to prospect. All right, guys, listen, there's nothing wrong with any of this. The motorcycle world is a big chunk of why we go out and buy motorcycles. And I'm talking about MCs. I'm talking about the patch on the back, because that's who you see, and that's how sometimes a lot of people idolize that. So now we want to put a patch on our back. Now we want to go and prospect. Now a lot of things come with prospecting. There's a time frame. All clubs are different. One club might have you prospect for a year. One club might have you prospect until you can make this certain ride. Like some clubs might make you take a 20-hour ride, cross 5-10 states. It all depends. But while you're prospecting, you might be doing little odd jobs around here. Guys, you got to make sure you have enough time to be prospecting in the first place. If you got a full-time job and the club is willing to work with you, then that's one thing. But if they're like, nah, you got to be here at a certain time and you work the night shift and you just can't do it, then, you can't do it. Remember, stay strong-minded. If you can't do some of these events and some of these things, then you just can't do it. Real life, your kids, your family, everything else comes first. Motorcycle things come second, third, fourth, whatever you want to put it. But so now you might have to wash dishes at the clubhouse. You might be the errand boy. You might be getting drinks. You might be washing motorcycles. A lot of those things they do to test you to make sure you're going to be around for the long term. They've already done it. Now they're passing that down to you. You got to do it. And that's just the way things roll. So if you're not strong-minded and I don't take orders. You want to be a chief and not an Indian at this time. It's really not for you, because it's only going to create kind of like havoc and beef for you with a club that you really don't need at the end of the day. So make sure you know what you're going to be getting into before you do it. Now, let's say you got it already. You got that patch, you got everything. By this time, you should know the good, the bad, and the ugly of the motorcycle world. Now, I'm going to skim the top because I won't disrespect any motorcycle club and what they do and how they handle their business, because these guys take it serious. And I can appreciate them for taking it serious because it keeps a little bit of order. So guys, let's say, my club has beef with this other club. I gotta know my position here. I gotta know what my position is with this other club. I have to kind of know, like, if things hit the fan, where am I going? If you're not ready for that, watch the type of club you're joining, because some guys are about that life and some guys are not about that life. Now let me switch gears. Ladies, you're joining a motorcycle club. Let me tell you something real quick to watch out for. Drama. Cat fights, the talk, the back and forth, all those different things. And of course, somebody's going to save a life right now. But those little things will make or break you in a club. You don't want to have beef inside of the club. And that's a lot of the times why a lot of the female clubs don't grow or don't strive, because it's so much catty little things. But if you find that club that, they've been around, they are past that, they're older ladies, they really got it done, and that's for you, by all means, join that club, because the benefits of a motorcycle club outweigh the bad every single time, hands down, no matter what. Especially if your club that you're going to join has chapters and chapters and chapters. You might be going out of town. You might be going somewhere to an event, big event, need some help. You can call a club member that's in another state. You can do all those things. It's all pretty much politicking. And that's a good thing when it comes in the motorcycle world, because you have less to worry about. Like I said, there's always more good than bad, but you have to figure out the bad first and to make way for the good. Guys, motorcycles, leisure, okay? Once you get into a motorcycle club and you got that patch on your back, it becomes a little bit more than leisure. It's work, okay? And I'll be honest with you. Like I said, it's time consuming. The family has to be able to understand. You got to be able to break this down to the kids. You got little things you got to handle when you're getting in there because you've done all this work and now you're sitting where you want to be. You just got to be able to make sure you can maintain and spread your time out amongst everything you need to. The club's going to need you. The club needs certain people to do certain things when it's working hours, when you're supposed to be at work or when you're supposed to be somewhere else or things are coming up. I'm supposed to pick up the kids. You got to be able to balance those things out. So watch out for that type of stuff first. That's what makes a good club strive. People getting things done. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something from it. I hope you like and subscribe because I just gave you free game yet again. But guys, until the next time, peace.